Hey Clarity Seekers, this is Jessica Lynn Johnson. Thanks for joining me for another moment of clarity. This week I'm sharing with you my word for the year. Last week I was telling you how I was going to do some art journaling, and you actually can see the result behind me. That's my board for the year, and in the top center it says invest. That is the word that I was able to pick, and actually I picked it really quickly, which was a super big surprise to me. I'd brainstormed a bunch of words, none of them seemed right at that time, but then I decided to let them sit, and I came back a couple days later when it was time to do the next step, and invest just jumped out on the page. So I knew that was my word, and then I had to figure out what it meant. I had to think, where was I going to invest? How was I going to invest? And that's the work you see to the side here. Let's see if I can point out some things. This is the community part, where I want to invest just in my local community. Down here where you see all the people, that's the relationships in my life. I want to make sure I invest in those. This big section here, that's about investing in myself, because I've got a lot going on right now and I need to make sure that I'm taken care of in order to keep investing in these other areas. And then I've got my business up here, and definitely want to keep investing in my clients and my writing and just helping people create some clarity. So that's my board, and the big takeaway I would share with you guys is just the fact that I did pick my word pretty quickly, and I needed that time between the first round of brainstorming and then going back and looking at it. Sometimes we want to make a decision right away, but it's not clear. We don't know what we should do. And so for me, it was just a reminder this week with this process that it might take 2 or 3 cycles through some thinking or through your situation to be able to figure out a conclusion or to make a decision. So be patient with yourself if you're in that situation. If you're interested in learning about art journaling and how that could help you, it's a very simple process. You don't need a lot of fancy supplies. I just use magazines and Sharpies and glue. So you can use almost anything you have around the house, and it's a lot of fun. So I wrote in my blog for this week about my process and some tips in there. So if you're curious, go ahead and look there. Thanks again for following along, and I look forward to your interactions always and any questions that you guys have. So have a great night, and I'll see you next week.